Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the furrow. Here today with Dan Childs again. We're going to be talking about soybeans and some chemical tips for you, starting out and making sure that you have a clean field when you're going to plant soybeans. Dan?
Okay, thanks, Brent. So we just talked about corn and the importance of using the pre-emergent herbicides early on, and the same thing occurs, or we need to do the same thing here for soybeans as well. So we need to start with a good pre foundation. We're standing in a plot here of warrant with Mahler. So we got 3 pints of warrant, which is acetochlor, encapsulated acetochlor, and Mahler, which is a metribuzin product, so 8 ounces of that, which gives you about a 1/4 pound of active of the metribuzin. But together, they really work well. It's almost like a 1 + 1 = 3 combination. So we've got control of the grasses, the small seeded broadleaves. The metribuzin helps out on some of the larger seeded broadleaves, up to a degree. So we'll get about 21 to 30 days control with this pre-foundation, and then we'll come back with our early post applications in soybeans, when the weeds are small and more manageable. That's the whole point of using a pre. We want to reset all the weeds. Okay, if we don't use a pre, then we have weeds at different heights, and it's really hard to control in post. You'll miss the big ones, and then the little ones will be hiding under the big ones, and then you miss those too, so it's a real mess. So we want to start with a pre-residual herbicide that resets all the weeds. Then they all come up about the same time, in that 21 to 30 days after application, and then we can apply our post herbicides and get a much more effective kill that way. So this is Warrant Mahler. I highly recommend this 2-pass program, dual modes of action here, 2 different sites of action. Very effective, very easy on the plants. It's something that every farmer should look at in a herbicide program, regardless of what trait system that you're in. And then if we step over here to our competitor, which is Zidua. Zidua is a group 15. It's a good product, but we don't have the Mahler here, right? So we're missing some of the small seeded broadleaves like lamb's quarter and some of the larger seeded like velvet leaf. And you can see the advantage that we have using a dual modes of action versus just relying on one single mode of action here with the Zidua. So point of the story here, let's start with a pre. It's almost a requirement now in this day and age where we have things like water hemp and palmer. There's no way you're going to have a successful program controlling water hemp if you don't start with a pre. Then you follow early post with products that are effective on water hemp, and use a pre as well, or not use a residual as well in that early post application. So we're layering our residuals, and that's the most effective way to control tough weeds like water hemp and palmer.
So Dan, thank you for those comparisons. Looking at these 2 strips here, I have to wonder what kind of a yield difference will you see with pressure, say this amount versus that clean patch there?
Yeah. So generally speaking, when weeds get to about 4 inches tall, then they start competing with the crop. So obviously we've got some big tall weeds here, and so the beans look good, but they are competing for light and space and nutrients with the weeds. So yeah, we'll see certainly a yield reduction when we have big broadleaves like this and grasses that are competing with the crop. So once the weeds get above 4 inches, then you're going to start seeing some yield effects from that. So that's why timely applications, 4 inches, is when we want to spray our herbicide.
Very good. Well, thank you guys for joining us here today. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next video coming here in another week or 2. Thank you.